get into techniques on how to optimize ads, we'll learn how to accurately monitor and calculate your profits. If you don't properly analyze your Amazon metrics, it's possible that you might be losing more money than the revenue you're making. The ROI, or the return on investment, is one of the most important metrics to take into account with your Amazon business. Within Seller Central, the ROI is defined as the ACoS. The ACoS within Seller Central, though, considers just two factors: the ad spend and the revenue, ignoring the total expenses towards each unit. The break-even point is where you're making enough profit to cover the expenses. Any revenue that's made after the break-even point is where you're making profits. The graph here represents the typical expenses to revenue graph in an Amazon selling lifecycle. Initially, when you start off your Amazon business, you will be spending much more than you're making, which requires you to define your break-even point to understand when you're actually beginning to make profits. Most sellers who don't define their break-even point don't even understand, even after months and years of selling, that they haven't reached their break-even point or probably never made profits than how much they're spending on Amazon. Before you start your PPC ads or even start selling on Amazon, the first thing to do is to define the break-even ACoS. Then you define the target ACoS. Both of these we will look into how to define them in our discussion today. As you go forward with your Amazon business, you decrease your target ACoS to increase your profit margins. The break-even analysis for most sellers includes the following 8 factors: the cost of goods, that is the manufacturing and the packaging costs. Most sellers go through a third-party inspector, which incurs the inspection cost. Then comes the shipping cost from the manufacturer to Amazon's FBA warehouses. Once it reaches Amazon's FBA warehouses, then you have the FBA fees and the referral cost for each product unit. If your consumer opts to go for a gift wrap, then you have the gift wrapping and the taxes for every product. Most sellers also set up promotions and discounts. You also need to consider this and the refunds that are returned back. Along with all of this comes the advertisement cost, that is the ad spend for every product unit that you're selling. Let's now understand how to calculate the break-even ACoS point for any product on Amazon. Consider a product that's listed at $20 on Amazon. The total expenses, let's assume, comes up to $12 with all the 8 factors considered. The listing price minus the expenses comes up to $8. ACoS, which is defined as a variable of spend by the revenue, is the same formula used to calculate the break-even ACoS point. In this case, the total expenses by the revenue multiplied by 100, which comes up to 40%, is the break-even ACoS point for PPC for this particular product. Nobody on Amazon wants to make zero profits, which is why the target ACoS is defined for any product. The break-even ACoS in the considered example is at 40%. Let's say you want to make a profit margin of 20%, then your target ACoS should be set at 20% for you to make a profit margin of 20% of each product unit sold on Amazon.